great boss. Um, for those of you that don't know me, I am gospel artist Lyrical Truth, and I am here live at AFTV5 studio, being interviewed by Samuel Yampe.
So, why inspire you?
Well, what inspired me to do gospel music? I would just say that the gifts was always there, and I was very talented at a very young age, and was in church for all my life. Even as a little infant, my mother was actually pregnant with me, going to church at a young age. I began to sing in the choir at 5, but I also, before I really became to know the Lord later in my life, as a coming to of that age to know Christ myself, to be responsible and accountable before the Lord, I listened a lot to just Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and those great things. But I just loved music, is what I'm trying to say. I loved music. I loved country music. I was like a backstreet boy kind of girl, and Whitney Houston and all these different people. I grew up in the country, so I grew up in Beaumont, Texas. Actually moved to Austin, Texas when I was 12. And I actually got serious with gospel music after just a lot of rough things in my childhood. At the age of 16 is when I became accountable and rededicated my life back to Christ. I went away from the Lord at 12 and found the Lord again at 16 and stayed in the church. And really, I'd say at that point I began to write my own music. I write all of my own music now as well. Begin to sing in Austin, Texas, in different churches. But I would say just naturally God began to stir my gift, is I guess a good way to put it. Stir my gift from a young age and begin to show me that He wanted me to use my gifts for His glory. Well, my testimony is very long, so I'll just tell a little short clip of my testimony. But I grew up in Beaumont, Texas, 4 hours away from Austin, Texas, by Houston and Louisiana, for people that don't know where Beaumont, Texas is at. I grew up there and had a very good, normal, natural childhood as any other kid would have. I, went bowling and skating and, nice Christmases, birthday parties, and all of that. I actually grew up knowing the Lord very well at a young age. I was in the choir by 5, and I stayed in the choir until I moved out here at 12 years old. And new city, this is actually a city, and Beaumont is actually like a country town. So being exposed as getting ready to be a teenager, I became, as you would say, wild, secular for 4 years. And after searching things and doing drugs and getting into various different deep alcohol, strong alcohol and everything, I decided to turn my life back to Christ. I remember one night being out that I ran away, and I was away for a long time from my house, and I heard the Lord tell me to give my life back to Him. And He asked me 3 times, and the 3rd time I gave my life back to the Lord. But that night I ended up getting into a car wreck, and it shook me up pretty bad. And so my testimony, long story short, is I went through a lot of rough things, but the Lord kept me. My testimony is just really myself of realizing that I need Christ. I had a lot of people telling me, like my mom and different people, but it was actually one-on-one with God, telling me that I needed Him, and for me to realize myself. And God gave me my own conviction. I know many people may have their different testimonies about that, but for me, the Lord was one-on-one with me. He was my father. I didn't grow up with a father, so it was only my mom in the house and me and my brother. So that's my testimony. Always knew the Lord. Went by myself independently as a little kid to church. Church van would come pick me up, drop me off. Went to Sunday school by myself. Went to church a lot by myself growing up. Prayed by myself, read my Bible by myself, and just all these beautiful things. But the Lord kept me, and I'm excited that I knew the Lord at a young age. So that is my testimony. Very short testimony.
Great. So what do you do behind the music?
Well, I do a lot behind the music. Besides working here at AFTV5 with my boss, I sing at my church, and I lead worship by myself, and I also lead worship with my Pastor Agnes at my church. Shout out to Dr. Jermaine and Pastor Agnes. Those are my pastors. So that's what I do at church. I also praise dance. And I'm actually I actually finished my training for Garden of Bets to be a mentor. Haven't had a chance to dip into that, but I also volunteer at elementary school where my kids go. And outside behind the music, I'm just a mom. I'm a mother of 5 beautiful kids, and I just had a baby. She's 3 months. Actually, will be 4 months in a few days. And just a normal person behind the music. My life is my music, and it goes hand in hand, and I write about my life in my music.
Great. So what do you do?
Well, for the community, I provide education through my job here, AFTV5, and we go out a lot and support the community. We support African Americans a lot. We support anyone. We like to inform people what's going on through news, and we like to support the community. We just went downtown in front of the Capitol to support the rights to ban abortion, actually, and it went really well. We had a chance to interview Donna Dukes, and we had a chance to be there in the midst of the great chemistry in the atmosphere to stand against abortion and for the rights of women, of their reproductive system, their children, and their health. So we do a lot for the community. We do various things. I do a lot for the community, and it is still ongoing, is what I'm trying to say. There's never an ending to that, and we're seeking to do better and greater things. But right now, for the community, we support the community. We were out with Sarah Eckert, and we speak about and look out for the safety and the positive things that are going on. And we like to bring people into our studio. We like to and let them inform and raise awareness through their services. And we like to engage and network. To add to my interview, I would just like to say, if there's anyone out there that is inspired by my music, that's just inspired by listening to my testimony today, my interview here, I just want to encourage you, if you have not found the Lord, if you're thinking about serving the Lord, if you think it's like religious or stereotypical or just a hard decision, or you just maybe could be back and forth in the midst of thinking, like maybe you are a singer and you are using your gifts, but yet you're using it for the world, and you're just like, I don't know about this Jesus stuff because it makes it seem like it's hard, it makes it seem like it's no fun. I just want to say that life in Christ is what you make it, and find what makes you happy, and it doesn't matter what people think about you. You know, that's the testimony. That's a part of everybody's testimony. People are going to scrutinize you. But as we all know, just like being a mother or a parent or taking care of our house, there is no one that can take care of you like you.